So this morning, a very necessary conversation about some of the emotional lows that people experience around the holiday. In fact, last week, the world was shocked when popular Ellen DeGeneres show DJ Twitch boss died by suicide. He lived a very public life that, as you see by this video, looked like just pure joy. But he was clearly masking the real struggles that he wrote about in a note that he left behind. We all were shocked by this. So joining me now, psychologist Dr. Tracy Alloway. Thank you for joining us. You know, a really important conversation. And as we saw by that video, all of us felt this so deeply because people clearly mask their pain. And we have to make suicide and mental health kind of part of those daily normal conversations.
Yes, it's so true, Melanie. Thank you so much for having me. My own research shows that one of the very important and early precursors that can lead to those kinds of behaviors is this idea of a self-critical attitude where the individual feels unworthy of love. In my own published research, I had a chance to explore this pattern in over 200 individuals and found that when the person feels they're not worthy of love, that they are not worthy to receive affection from other people around them, this could be an important early warning sign. And as a family member, as a friend, it's important to be aware of these in the people in your life.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've never heard that before. Can you find that out through questioning? Are there certain trigger words that people will use to let them know that they're feeling that unworthiness?
That's such a great question. I think just in everyday conversation, you can be attentive to some of the signs. For example, if you give a compliment, if they tend to brush it off, or they may downplay when you say, "Oh, you're so important to me." Are they downplaying that idea that, "Oh, it's I don't deserve this," or if they feel they're not worthy of happiness, not worthy of joy? Again, these are some of the languages some of the words that they might use to start as an early indicator for their mental health status.
If you are hearing those types of things, what can you do? What can you say? Because, you know, I know people who have lost someone, and the pain of that shows just how much they are loved. And I'm sure, you know, family members are telling them that, but as you're saying, they just can't hear it. So what are those steps to kind of get in there and intercede so that it doesn't lead to suicide?
And I think that's the critical word, is that interception, is to really encourage that individual to seek professional help, because it's not up to you to try to persuade them that they are loved, that they are of value. That individual has to have a mindset change. And this can be done through professional help, where there are tools that they can learn as an individual to begin their own journey. One of the first things, again, from my own research that I found, is where the person begins to take agency or control in their own decision making, where they feel that they're no longer a victim of things happening to them, but they can be proactive. So even at a very, before, if they are resistant to seeking therapy, even encouraging them to think, is this what you want to do? What would you like to do? So again, putting questions to them that allow them to express their agency, their sense of self, and just understand that they're not a victim where things are happening to them, but they can be proactive in just even daily decision making.
Yeah, you know, around the holidays, there are a lot of things coming at people, family members who are coming in town, conversations that can sometimes be uncomfortable. What can people do if they are just feeling anxiety surrounding the holidays?
Yes, in psychology, we call that enmeshment, where you feel sometimes that your boundaries are not being respected, where family members especially feel that they can tell you how to make decisions, from your job to your family to personal decisions. And it's important to just do a self-check. Do you feel that you are absorbing other people's feelings? Do you feel that what someone else is telling you determines your own happiness, your own sense of self-esteem? And a very key one here, do you have trouble saying no because you want to avoid conflict? And again, these could be early signs of an enmeshed relationship where things are so interconnected. And it's important to recognize that in order to be able to help your own mental health during this holiday season.
All right, Dr. Alloway, great information. You know, set those boundaries first and seek help if you need it. And also, if you are someone who has lost someone, you have to release some of that blame on yourself, because as you heard her just say, help them to take those next steps to get the help that they need.